Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you. I hope you had a brilliant weekend. Hope you got lots done, you had fun. It flew over again, didn't it? Those 2 days just disappear. We're nearly done February already. We're nearly into March. Goodness me. We are here with a brilliant day though, brilliant week lined up for you as well with lots of great deals, maybe a few surprises thrown in this week. And today we celebrate the fact that it is Random Acts of Kindness Day today. So hopefully you'll do something kind for somebody randomly. I don't know, maybe you'll pay for someone's shopping. Maybe you'll make someone a cup of tea. Maybe you'll what? Maybe you'll mow someone's grass. I don't know. What we're doing is we are giving you a free gift when you spend over 10. It's quite a cute little gift as well. We're giving you the Violet Studio circus pad. That is a very cute pad. That is getting added into your basket when you spend 10, while stocks last, of course. So that's kind of cute, and that's what we're doing today, to be kind. We are also giving you 20% off selected Spectrum Noir product on the website. You'll see that when you log on to the homepage. And of course, we are bringing you, well, it is 3 shows today, but it's kind of 4 really, because we've got Wake Up Call right now, where we're going to have a bit of a sneaky peek at everything which is coming up through the day. And then tonight, we've got Monday Makers with a stellar lineup, our Outline, Stamp and Dies collection, illustrators, myths and legends on that show as well. And in the middle, we've got an hour craft along, but before that, the show that everybody needs to be watching. If the last 3 weeks are anything to go by, 3 of the hottest shows we have done this year, 60-minute deals. We have deals that are live for guess how long? 60 minutes, and then they disappear. They'll be on 5 minutes before the show starts. They disappear about 10 minutes after the show ends. So you need to be watching. And like I said, if the deals are anything like they've been the last few weeks, it is going to be a riot. So make sure you join us for that. It will be chaos, followed by the calm of a craft along. But that is all on the way a little bit later on to this afternoon. As I mentioned, we are previewing everything which is coming up right throughout the day, right now on Wake Up Call. And he's back. Yes, your friend and mine. Still with his beard, for those people that got a little bit worried on the socials yesterday. It was a throwback picture. He's had a haircut though, and he is wearing a new suit. It's the one and only Mr. Craig Laird. How are you?
I am doing so good. I am lovely, feeling good, nice and refreshed, ready to go once again on Crafters TV. I can't say that I'm quite relaxed in the fact of it has been a busy couple of weeks, but it is really good to be back. Back home on Crafters TV, ready to go for, well, not only a really good day, but a really good couple of days here on Crafters TV.
Did you post loads of pictures on your own socials for what you've done in your living room? Because you showed us earlier, and it's pretty remarkable what you've done.
I did, yeah. So if you're on my socials, you'll see a reel that I'd created, where just showing you what my living room looked like beforehand. And it's something I've been wanting to do for quite a wee while, but it's also something that I needed a little bit of time to do. Yeah. I'm not one, when it comes to big jobs, I'm not one to do them on my days off, because then you get started and then you have to stop, and then you might have get back to it a few days later, a week later, so I like to do it in a big one-hour. But obviously I had to save as well for a little bit, so I managed to get it done over the last couple of weeks. Totally changed my living room, done the whole lot myself, Ben. The stripping of the wallpaper, the painting, the paneling, the undercoating, all of the different things, such as furnishing them as well. So that's what I done. Producer Nick is just asking me, what is my favourite bit?
Finishing it.
Finishing it, yeah. Definitely finishing it, that is for sure. Do you know something? I'm actually going to say, like, kind of doing the decor, the finishing. Oh, yeah. You know, like the little flower arrangement bits that I've put together, little table with, just finishing it off. All the little furnishings. I quite enjoyed doing that. Had a little trip to IKEA, by the way, there was no dimes.
Ah.
No, I did have a look. So yeah, that was my favourite bit, but I have to say I am quite proud of myself doing the whole lot, including the paneling myself.
So if the crafting thing doesn't come off for you, you can always go into interior design, yeah?
Yeah, that's it, yeah. I can maybe start a new series of changing rooms.
Yes!
Yeah, might need to start on our green room. You could do that, I could be the new Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen. Yeah. Could do it, hey, that's an idea, eh? Start off, done the living room, go into our green room next. I think that's a good idea.
I love the fact earlier Craig was like, oh yeah, I might do the green room next, and a few of the other lads were there going, oh yeah, we can have a dartboard and a pool table, and we can put a bar there. And it's like, yeah.
Start from wallpaper in the wall to the guys talking about that.
Oh dear. We would never be out of that room, Nicola. You are correct, Armando. We have got Radical Rachel on the show today, and on the road with Lola and Oscar. Say hello from Tucson. Hello. Hello also to Janice Watson, who says, hello everyone, here's to another fun-filled week, and I cannot wait. Cara says, hi everyone, hello. Sue Gartland joins from Western Australia, and Karen Wells-Sorrell says, hello from Kentucky. I cannot wait to see Craig back. Pamela Greenidge says, good morning from a sunny but cold Stevenage. And Pauline Hassel joins us from a cold Cheshire. It's cold in here again today. You know what? It's really nice and warm outside in like the corridor. Here, it's freezing. So I switched the radiator on over there. I've got my radiator on down here. And he's walking around in like a t-shirt and suit. I've got like a really like cozy jumper on. And I walked in and I went, God, it's absolutely freezing in here. Like, are you not freezing cold? And he just went, I'm Scottish. And that was it. That was it. That's all he said.
That was it. You wouldn't fare well up in Scotland, that's for sure.
This is like your summer weather.
This is summer. This is like out there and, you know, kind of like a deck chair and shorts on, string vest on. Yeah. After sun, later on.
It's blooming freezing. Rosalind joins us from Maryland. Hello to Mistress Dow and Karen Austin and Cat Butt.
Yay!
Says, hi Ben, Craig, team and Crafties. This will be a great show. Craig is back. Let the shenanigans begin. Yay. XOXO. We are going to dive into our first little deal, which is what we are crafting along with a little bit later on. So the second show this afternoon, so from 2 o'clock this afternoon, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, we are going 60-minute deals straight into a craft along. And this is what we're crafting along with. I think one of the most beautiful launches that we have done of recent times, these amazing fancy frame creator card dies. If you've not yet picked them up, you can jump in and grab them. 4 dies in total, but actually look at all of the different things you are able to create with these. Whether you want just sort of fancy toppers, whether you want the fancy frames all together, whether you just want to be able to cut in with that inner die and have the butterfly wings lifting here, whether you just want the frame with the solid backing, whether you want the beautiful frame with the aperture, whether you want the whole thing cut together to create, you know, what really is a masterpiece of a creator card effect, you have got the ease to be able to do it. All it is with this, I think, is mastering the different combinations of dies to be able to achieve and get all of these different effects. They are absolutely stunning though. The butterfly is gorgeous. You can get these individually should you wish, but obviously the bang for buck, the value for money is to go for that option on the screen with all of them there, £40 for the lot. This is the Bumbling Bee, same again, 4 dies, which gives you all of the opportunities to be able to create these different effects. Maybe you just want the aperture effect here with that outer sort of hexagonal frame. Maybe you want to go the whole hog and have everything cutting through together for you. You can. Opportunities are there for you to create the most stunning creator cards very, very easily indeed. We had a lot of love for this next one, which is that beautiful floral dream. Once again, shakers potentially. You could do a bit of paper piecing here, colouring. Absolutely stunning. I think we counted like an 8-in-1 effect here, but then we were talking, you know, 9-in-1, potentially 10-in-1 different things you can do with these dies. They are so craftable. And then my favourite, as you all know, I think this is one of the most beautiful set of dies that we've done, the Peaceful Seascape. I did not know it was called that. I was just calling it the Lighthouse one. It is called the Peaceful Seascape, this one. As much as I love this scene here with the lighthouse, and the little shell and the starfish, I absolutely love the frame with the beautiful foliage of the sea, the foliage of the sea. You're getting all of those within that set for £40 or $48. That is the price that we launched these at. So you are getting the same deal. So jump in and grab. And as I say, if you want to go for these individually, maybe there's a particular style that you like, check the shop, the show for all of those. Hello, Claudia just joined us. We have minus 10 degrees here. I'll stop moaning then. That is cold. And hi to Paul Prince, who says, I love these dies and I cannot wait to see Craig's take on them. So you've got your craft along coming up, but you're going to have a bit of a play now, yeah?
Absolutely. So this is what we're going to be doing.
Oh, nice.
Now, I can tell you, this is gorgeous.
Yes.
This is absolutely beautiful. And some will be going, all right, Craig, you're tooting your own horn.
All right, Craig, tooting your own horn, mate.
I didn't do it.
Ah.
I did not do it. So a massive, massive thank you to Lily, who's done my craft along. Because over the last couple of weeks, other than bobbing in and out my craft room, I have not done a single bit of crafting. Between, of course, getting my living room done, of course, going home to Scotland. I did, of course, go to the Neighbours 40th anniversary tour.
Oh,
Let me
yes.
just tell you, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
Was there any like famous neighboury people there then?
Well, yeah, So they had, there was 4 of the original cast members and then 2 of the older cast members. So there was Libby and Drew, Libby Kennedy and her husband Drew. That was Kim and Dan. Now, up until that week, they hadn't seen each other for 23 years since Drew was killed in the horse accident. In the soap, not in real life. So that was lovely as well, just seeing their kind of reunion when it comes to that tour. So between doing all of that over the last couple of weeks, I've not been in my craft room crafting. So Lily, of course, first day back, she's gone and done my craft along with for me. And this is what we're going to be doing later on. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous?
Stunning that.
Touching on what you said there, Ben, turning it into a shaker, which you can absolutely do, and a little bit of colour in. But what we are going to do, and we're going to have a play with, funny enough, that one just now. And this is one where also, up until today, I've got these at home, but up until today, I've not had a play with them.
Okay.
What I love the thought of, now this may have been touched upon, it may not, I don't know. I've not really been dotting into Crafters TV because I've been decorating. But what about doing decoupage?
Oh, yeah.
Decoupage with these ones. So we've got, you know, lots of beautiful samples that you can see here. There's one where you can do your colouring, your inking. Great way to frame your sentiments there, Ben. But then, of course, you can do all your theatres, diorama cards there as well. Mix and match. You can choose your own colourways if you want. I mean, look at all the domed effects that you can create. Love, love, love the bumblebee. There's another one we're really going to town. This specific die would work great with your Enchanted Ocean, Sarah's signature Enchanted Ocean, your easels as well, and then start to use them as stencils too.
Oh, yeah.
Lots and lots of great ways in which you can use them. But you know me, I do love to do my snipping and my fussy cutting, and you can absolutely come along and create your decoupage. So we're not going to focus on that outer frame just now. We'll do that later on in the craft along. But let's take this main image itself. Now, you guys know, when it comes to large dies that are my favourite, no shock that I absolutely love these ones. When it comes to the outside die cuts, I very rarely will use the outside die. I cut the cardstock to my own size.
Okay.
So if you want, of course, that size frame all the way round, use that die. If you want it bigger, just chop, of course, the card to the size you want. So that is 3 inch. So what we're going to do is, if we go in and let's do 3 1/4, let's go, I'm going to cut 5 for now, Ben. And then this is, or what you're going to do, if you're a fan of fussy cutting, then we're going to follow along what you would do when it comes to cutting out pre-printed images. Even if you're not a fan of fussy cutting, because of the detail of the dies, I say fussy cutting, but it's really quite simple. All that you're actually going to be doing is snipping elements out.
Yeah.
So all that we need to do to start with is we're going to go in. Now, as I say, I've done that to 3 3/4 of an inch. If I wanted it at the 3 inch, I would use that outer die. And then we're going to go in and we're just going to then tape that down. Now, we're going to delve in to my craft case here, because that's also something that's been neglected over the last couple of weeks.
I can't believe you haven't done anything over the last 2 weeks craft-wise.
I'm shocked as well, because I did have plans to do a couple of things, play in the craft room, post them on social, but I did get carried away. I got carried away decorating.
Well, I suppose your interior decorating is a form of being crafty, isn't it, and creative?
It is, because I had to choose the colours, I had to choose the decor as well, which, you know, believe it or not, if you do it, you'll know, there's actually a bit of a pressure to it, because you have to make sure that it looks nice, you want to make sure that it feels nice as well.
I'm like you there, you made me laugh because you were saying, obviously you did all your panelling and stuff, and, you know, I quite like doing a bit of painting, wallpapering I have to, but one of the things I do it, but one of the things I get very nervous about is if I ever have to drill anything.
Yes.
Like put up shelves or like put up like curtain rails and stuff. Because like once you've made that hole.
That's it. There is no going back. That's right. And I've said it before, the one thing I will never do is things such as hanging TV on walls.
Oh, yeah.
I do not trust myself for anything like that.
So the whole wall comes down.
Whole wall comes down, yeah. So, although what I have found, it's a really good thing, not for TV on walls, by the way, but I got 3 big mirrors.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of shares in IKEA over the last couple of weeks, to be fair, B&Q as well. There's things like your plasterboard, your wall.
Yeah.
If you're unsure about actually screwing the wall, the screws straight in, you get kind of, I can't remember what they're called, but they're like big, thick metal screw things.
A bit like raw plugs.
Yeah, but they're like thick metal ones.
Yeah.
And they really, really get stuck into the actual plasterboard, does not move, and then of course you come and screw the object into the wall. So they were a game changer for me because the mirrors were they're mediocre size, but they were really quite heavy.
Heavy, yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that they weren't going anywhere. But yeah, the light fitting, the plugs, change my sockets, everything like that. Done it all myself.
Wow.
Yeah, not electrocuted, still here. It's funny.
See, that I've done as well before, like, plug sockets and whatnot, but make sure everything is switched off.
Do you know something?
And then labelling every single wire.
It's funny you saying that because this was ages ago when I talked to my stepdad about it, and obviously he said at the mains, make sure that the main red ones are switched off.
Yeah.
I don't even trust myself. I flick the whole lot.
Yeah.
Although it's just the 2 red ones and that shuts off everything, I do that, but I also still flick down the switch
Just in case.
every single one, just to make sure.
Belt and braces.
Yeah.
Just to make doubly sure.
And then just on my notes on my phone, I'm like, right, that live brown cable went into said slot. The neutral went into said slot. Just to remind myself. And you do that, you get it done, put the fuse back on.
And you just pray, don't you? Like,
Just go, please, get it in the right one. So yeah, they were all good.
It's good that you can do all this stuff though as well. Like I find with bits and pieces that I've done, if you head to YouTube, you can usually find like tutorials for most things, don't you?
That's it. And I know, obviously, joking aside, it can be serious if it went wrong. Between YouTube and also my stepdad, that's kind of what he trained in years ago when he was in the army and that. So always make sure
What,
I've got...
electrics is he?
Yeah. So I always talk it through first. But I just want to make sure that I'd done it myself and I was comfortable doing it. And I did get to that stage where it was... Why did I start? As I was saying to you and Jake earlier on, the week before I came off, Ben, it was what we class as our prep week.
Yeah.
So that was our week where we can get, all our, like emails and prep and all that done for upcoming shows. But because I had no shows, because I was on holiday, plus I had hours due, I had a lot of that week off. Which, if you've seen my social, you'll know I absolutely annihilated my craft room.
Yeah.
Absolutely annihilated it. By that point, once I was done that, the excitement of looking forward to doing my living room had totally worn off by that point. So I was like, oh no, I've got to go and do all my living room. But I'd already saved, and 2, I'd already bought all the stuff to do it. So it's like, if I don't do it when I'm off, Ben, I'm never going to do it. So,
because that's how long it took.
So I was at Hobby Maker on the Saturday, then on the Sunday I chilled, and then on the Monday, Tuesday, I took the wallpaper off, I washed it down, washed the skirting, washed the doors, painted the ceiling. Worst job in the world, painting, hate it. Done all of that. Then on the Wednesday, I went to Scotland till the Sunday night. And then a week past today, so last Monday, that was me. I started on the actual panelling and just doing it all. And I finished on Friday.
Wow, really?
So yeah, I did. And that was from morning till I would say maybe about 7, 8 o'clock, depending if there was anything good on the TV.
See, I'm off next week, and like my plan was to sort of get into the garage, because our garage is still full of so much stuff from when we moved in 3.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And it needs doing. It needs like properly going through, seeing what's in what boxes, making a bit more space in there. But I know I'll probably put it off when it comes to next week.
That's it. But then the tidier you make it,
So that's it.
the more room that you've got just to put rubbish in.
Yeah.
That's what happens. It always happens. But at least it was one of those jobs that I really wanted to do. I've been wanting to do it for a while. It's now done, and I'm able to come back to work knowing that I had a very, very productive 2 weeks off.
And nice to go home to at the end of the day.
It is, yeah. You know, my living room was plain, although I did purposely have it that way.
It's cosy though.
Yeah, whereas now, it's really, really cosy. It's warm and it's cosy, and just looking forwards to going home. It's just unfortunate, as I was telling the guys, you and Nicola and Jamie weren't there at the time, or maybe Jamie was. Friday, got it done, sat down, broadband went down,
No.
TV broke.
The TV broke?
TV broke, yep.
What do you mean broke?
Broke. It comes up, so it's a Samsung TV, and it comes up accessibility shortcut on the screen and doesn't go off. So I went on the forums and that, and it's not a known fault, it's a known issue when it's maybe like 6 years old, and it is cheaper to buy a new TV than to fix it.
Oh no.
So I've had to get a new TV. That's coming on Friday.
Oh no.
So it all happens.
Well, so you've got
once.
no TV till Friday?
Well, I've taken the one that was in my kitchen, and that's just sitting on the stool. But what's funny is my Skybox wouldn't connect to my broadband either, so that was an issue. So Sky sent out a new Sky Q box, coming today, ended up arriving on Saturday, great, but because I wasn't expecting it, the DPD guy,
took it away.
They've obviously got a thing with Sky where they take your old box. Took my old box, but I had my viewing card in it, didn't it?
Oh no.
So,
Oh no.
internet gone down, not working. Skybox not working.
No
TV not
TV.
working. All straight after I finished my living room.
Did you think at that point, I wonder if I didn't switch one of the switches back
It's
on?
exact. I was checking the cables, I was checking the plugs, I was checking the sockets. Internet was, everything else was connected, so it was my Skybox. But yeah, internet's restored, TV's on its way Friday, and viewing card should arrive either today or tomorrow.
Did you get a big one? How big? How big is it? Go
Big
on.
enough.
How big?
Well, my
What was your previous one?
65 inch.
You gone bigger than 65 inches? You! How
Yeah.
big? Come on. Come on.
Plus
70.
75.
75!
Yeah.
I can't even comprehend how big that is.
But it was just as, I was actually cheap. It's the same price as a 65, so I thought, why not? It's pointless. I've just got to hope that the brackets that I've already got.
It's when you put it up and the wall falls down.
That's it, exactly. Yes, exactly. But yes, at least it's all done and it's all sorted.
That's it.
So we've got our 4 identical images. What you'll be able to see, Ben, is you'll be able to then do less if you want to, and you'll be able to do more. But what we're going to do is, I'm going to do that one as a matte and layer, but let's sit them side by side here. Now you can use a pencil if you want to, it's entirely up to yourself. But we're going to start where this will then be our base one. So this is going to be our base. So we're going to have a look here, and what we can do is let's just start off light. So let's chop that off here, and then let's chop that one. So think of your die cut decoupage, and your first layer after the base has very, very little images that have been taken away. So then we can go in to this one. So once again, what we would need to do is take away those same images, there and then there. So now we've replicated that one. let's go along and let's take the starfish out.
Okay.
And we're just going to travel along that seabed. And let's take the shell out and chop that one off, which is then going to go into there.
Gotcha.
And we will stick it together with foam pads, so it will become apparent just shortly. But what we'll also do is once I've chopped all the bits out, we will set them again side by side so you can see what's missing.
And you could keep those little bits, couldn't you? The shell and the starfish.
You could use them for tuck-ins, you can use them as separate components. So this is where we're now taking the multiple ways. Now I know Debbie done the boards, and she done an incredible job showing you just some of how you can use them. She even said to me that she'd lost count.
Well, I think we said 8 in one, and then we had people suggesting other things, and like you just said, it came to a point where it's like, well, how many things can you do? This is the first time we have seen decoupage, though, so that's another one to add to the list.
There we go, brilliant, fab. And we can see then, so let's put that side by side. So there is our base. That will be our first image where we've taken out the seaweed. Our third image, we've taken out the seaweed and we've taken out the shell and the starfish. And then our fourth one, we've just got the seabed or the sea. So that's then creating the decoupage. But as I said before, you can play. You maybe want to then do a fifth layer and just chop it out so you've only got the framework.
Yeah.
You maybe want to still have the shell, but take the starfish out. Yeah. Or the other way around. It's just whatever you're doing, you're getting less and less and less. And then all that we need to do then, let's see, we've got, this is where your foam pad strips from the small foam pads will come in great. We don't have them here. So I'm just going to use our little rectangles and then we'll just start to build them up. Because they are decoupage at this point, we're just going to build them with our foam pads or our glue gel pen, and we can then show you how you can then, of course, create decoupage, certainly within this one, and then that'll be, well, as you say, a way that you've not seen yet how to use them.
Well, Jill B says I got them 4 boxes from Crafters in the past couple of days. Now it's time to play. What were in your boxes, Jill B? Let us know. Corinne Collins, was this set in a showstopper last week? We did have a showstopper option with this. Obviously, you guys know the showstoppers don't tend to be around for a very long time. They get snapped up very quickly. So the showstopper option has gone. And just to let you know, we've only got 35 left of this collection as a whole. So you need to get in pretty quickly if you want to grab it. The price is still the same. The showstopper previously, it was just you had an add-on of a free goodie bag, but you're still getting this for the same price we had it at launch. Love the butterfly and the fancy frame, says lovely Lynn. These are all great, she says. And Carol Byrne, big winner Byrne, says, I'm welcoming back Craig. I'm loving this card so far. I love your sitting room. It is stunning.
Oh, thank you.
Hannah Gosling-Smith says, Ben, it's fine. Filler exists for a reason. I know, but you don't like to have to get the filler out, do you? And don't forget different raw plugs for plasterboard and solid walls. Oh, yes.
Oh, of course.
Of course. Helen Stewart says, these things always happen in threes. They do, don't they? When things go wrong, it is the sort of law of threes, isn't it?
Honestly, Ben, I just finished it, sat down,
I can just
one
imagine
went,
you like
2 went, 3 went.
I just imagine you with like a cup of tea or something, a couple of biscuits, sitting there, ha, beep, boop. And all you can hear, Nicholas says, is Craig just crying. Was the TV that you had previously, did you buy that from new? So it was actually like a 6-year-old telly, was it?
Yes,
Oh, right,
yeah.
so.
Yeah, it was. So I did think that as well, Nicola, being a big branded one that went after that amount of years.
That's the thing though, isn't it? Nowadays, all this newfangled technology does seem to have like a shorter shelf life.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because obviously the screens are sharper, they're more used with apps and stuff like that. They're online now too, so...
Do you remember the big tellies you used to have back in the day? You'd need to be a weightlifter to be able to move around. Those would last a blooming years, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They would last for years.
Yeah. You still see people that are still using them.
Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it? Really is amazing.
Like you say, they didn't have the sort of multitude of channels and all the different smart things they can do nowadays. If you were lucky, you'd have 4 channels on one of them.
That's it. I remember when Channel 5 came out.
Yeah.
Spice Girls launched it.
I almost remember like when Channel 4 started. I think that was back
Really?
in like 83, 84. I still remember my my granddad's TV. We used to go and visit him, and his TV was like so old. It used to have to warm up, so he'd turn it on,
Oh, really?
and it would take about a minute to warm up, and then you'd get the sound first, and then you'd wait another minute for the picture to come.
I remember when Sky first came out.
Oh,
and there was
yeah.
like 8 channels.
Yeah.
Sky 1 was always one of them.
Oh yeah, it was,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Sky 1, I think there was maybe like 1 sports channel.
It was crazy, wasn't it? Because I remember back in the day, like in the 80s and stuff, you'd watch like the American movies and they'd always talk about cable and all the channels that have on cable. And we never had that, did we, over
No.
here until like it was late 80s, early 90s, wasn't it, Sky?
Yeah.
And then when that came around, it was unbelievable, wasn't
Revolutionary, wasn't
it?
it?
It was, having all those channels.
I think, yeah. And the amount of time I've got like the full package minus the movies and the sports, and still I flick up and down being like, oh, there's none to watch.
Oh, yeah.
None to watch.
Yeah.
So,
I'm exactly the same. We do that most nights, actually, just so, oh, should we put something on? And you just like, nope.
What do you want?
Nope.
sometimes it's the case of too much choice, having the apps and that as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Too much choice can be a little bit of an issue.
Hey, at least now, though, if I'm stuck, I can always go to Netflix and just trawl through the archives of the wrestling.
Absolutely, you can do. Yep, we're officially on the road to WrestleMania.
The road to WrestleMania.
Yep. Notice how I wasn't the one to actually start the wrestling conversation. There we go. But look at that, Ben. Of course, you can then bring in that outside die that you can decorate, but that's just to show you simple form. So that could be at 1 cut. So if you do 1 cut, that's how it looks. But then if you start to decoupage it.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And then that is whatever layers you're taking out. So for instance, the first layer we took out the seaweed, so you're going to take that out of all of them, and then you're just one by one, you're going to take another snippet out, another snippet out, and another snippet out. And it's entirely up to you. Maybe you just want to do 2 layers, maybe 3 layers, maybe you want to have a little bit of a play, maybe do 5, push it to 6. It's entirely up to yourself as well. Of course, you can then colour it, you can paper piece it. We've seen the samples, you'll have seen the 2 Debbies using them as well. We've got the craft along later on. So you can absolutely do the decoupage, certainly when it comes to, this image anyway.
Very beautiful demonstration. Carol G says, I am loving the demonstration. Looks nice, says Avanti, as it could become a little light box as well.
Defo.
Nice,
yeah.
She says, really nice. And Linda says, this collection was delivered last week. I'm watching this show closely to recreate. And Jill B's packages included these dies, tons of papers, corner punches, and so many special buys. Lots of love for the red in there as well. Sue says, I love that red. If it's cardstock you're after, then we have got a brilliant deal on our assorted card collection. This is good actually, because you've got that colour core cardstock that we launched at birthday. You've also got the beautiful Valentine shades as well. Again, we launched just before Christmas, wasn't it, I think, in one of those many Valentine's bundles that we did. And you've also got our Centura Pearl Darks as well. So you've got the 40 sheets in that set, 310 GSM, 5 colours, 8 sheets of each. Basically, that works out that you buy 2 and you get 1 for free within that bundle. You get the colour core cardstock for free, unbelievably. Platinum price on that is £25.58 or $31.95. Shop the day for everything. Well, I say everything. Shop the day for everything that we have available to you right now. Don't forget, I'll keep reminding you of this because it's been the biggest show of the last few weeks, 60-minute deals. Those deals will be going live just before 2 o'clock UK time. So what is that? Just before 9 a.m. if you're Eastern, just before 6 a.m. Pacific. You'll need to get in nice and early because it is sure to be another busy show. It is Random Act of Kindness Day today. Don't forget your free gift when you spend 10. That will be automatically added into your basket. The Violet Studio Circus 6x6 pad. And we'll come back in about 4 or 5 minutes time with some more info and demonstrations. Any comments and questions, fire them in and we'll see you the other side of this.
Hi, my name is Sherry Jackson, and I have been a fan of Crafter's Companion for at least 7 or 8 years now. I love Crafters TV. I mean, what's not to love about it? They've got great products, great prices, great people that work there for them. The customer service is great. The presenters are great. Demonstrators are great. Everyone there is great. I just love all the products. I love the tutorials we get. I love all the demonstrations, the craft-alongs, the master classes. Not only do you sell the products, but you teach everyone how to use it. I love the interaction on Crafters TV. I love the fun, the game, the prizes. There's just so much about Crafters TV. There's nothing not to love about Crafters TV. You guys have been there for me. I feel like you guys are my family. I'm widowed and live alone, and every day I look forward to watching Crafters TV, whether I watch it live or whether I go back and watch the reruns. I get so much inspiration and tips and tricks from everyone there at Crafters Companion, and I love all of you, and I'm so thankful for Crafters TV.
I'm here because I do love Crafters Companion products and Crafters TV.
Your products are great, made with great care and thought, and are second to none.
Love all the products. I love the tutorials we get.
Your papers shimmer and make all our crafts shine.
I love all of the products and all of the paper pads, of course.
I love Crafters TV because it shows you the best tips and tricks on how to use your crafty stash.
The quality of the products are phenomenal. Value for money is exceptional.
Amazing presenters, craft goods galore, launch days and craft vaults, deals bundles and more.
Your pens, pencils, and markers make all crafters say, they are mine.
Or I love Crafters Companion. Well, it's because I'm not a very good crafter, and Crafters Companion makes me look better.
Hi Crafty Peeps, Victoria here. I love Crafters TV because it shows you the best tips and tricks on how to use your crafty stash. It also connects you with people from all over the world, and nowhere else on Shopping TV you have the opportunity to live chat with other people from the other side of the world, for example, and laugh with them and be there for them when they're having a tough time. But also know that when you're having a tough time, you can switch on Crafters TV and you can go on the live chat, and you know people will be there for you as well. And when you're having a bad time and not feeling well, when you're a bit down in the dumpster and you know Crafters TV is going to be on, there's going to be some laughters and there's going to be some fun. And the banter going on between the demonstrators and the demonstrators is just really fun and really good, and sometimes the only laugh you will get when you're not feeling well. So that's personally why I love Crafters TV the most. It's the connection, the personal connection with everyone that's involved in Crafters TV and all the other crafters out there. So thank you, Sarah, from the bottom of my heart for coming up with Crafters TV and for bringing all the good fun and all the crafty tips to us. Yes, thank you. Keep up the good work, and I love you. Bye.
We love you too, Victoria. We love you all. Thank you so much, everybody, for all of those craftimonials that you sent. Always feel free to send in more. There is always space to get yours on our TV screens. Yeah, if you have just joined us, only 20 minutes left on Wake Up Call. Hope your weekend was good. It is Random Acts of Kindness Day, so we're giving you a free paper pad with every spend over 10 today, and we're giving you great deals like this. 72 of our illustrators are premium. I was going to bring you this, but I just heard abort mission. I can't currently find this on the website. So we're going to pop that down there. And if we can find that at some point, we will show that to you later on. Abort mission. One thing I can show you is our outline stamp and dies. Now, these are coming up later on in Monday Makers. And super cute these. A lot of you were asking for, new images of beautiful animals that you would be able to find in the woodlands, in the jungles, just maybe outside your front door. And you've got them all in this set in stamp and die form. You've got the beautiful outline stamp and die complete collection. I think this is a brilliant price as well. £28 or $36 is your platinum price on this, and you get a whole host of amazing stamps and dies. Each one comes with the relevant animal and a stamp to go with. So this one is your Woodland Explorer. It's that beautiful owl, and your sentiment is have a hoot on your birthday. One of my absolute faves in this set is this one, the Wilderness Voyager. So that's obviously the wolf howling at the moon. You could pair that with collections like the Bella Luna collection. Could be a wolf. A lot of people chatted though, different breeds of dog, depending on how you colour that in. We've talked collies, maybe German Shepherds as well. That one comes with the stamp sentiment, wishing you a wild birthday. We then take to the skies with this next one, which is your Paradise Array. That's that beautiful hummingbird. And again, that comes with a sentiment, which is pertaining to the die. It says, fly high on your birthday. Next up, the Rural Visitor, which is that beautiful fox. I like the sentiment with this one. Quite simply says, happy birthday, Foxy. Then you've got your deer, better known as the Mountain Roma. Let's Go Wild is your stamp sentiment there. And if you bought the Royal Jungle recently, then this again is another one which would team up very nicely with that collection. Might actually work quite nicely with the creator card die that you get with it as well. Take a Walk on the Wild Side is your stamp sentiment that you get there. So stamp and die with each of those 6 within the set. It is £28, $36 for that full collection. We'll be looking at that in more detail on Monday Makers a little bit later on tonight, but Craig's got a quick little demo with this. Which of the animals are you going to work with, Craig?
Well, I'm going to go with the wolf. Going to go in with the wolf here. We're going to do a little bit of...
He's got a hat on.
I know, it's so cute, isn't it?
And a monocle.
So cute.
Is that the set from the...
Is that from the Man's collection?
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
That's so cool.
Really, really smart. But as you said, I've not seen the... Well, I've seen it, I've got it, but I've not played with it yet, the Jungle collection.
Oh, yeah, it would work brilliantly.
It's going to work really. We're going to do something very similar to that, to show you how to create that style. But yeah, you can colour them in, of course.
That's
you
brilliant.
can overlay with the paper piece in. I've done this one. It's obviously got a little bit squint inside there, so you can make it dimensional, of course. You can then go in and then just do your panels, works well with the plaids, but you can do your offsets and your drop shadows. What about having fun and doing the clouds in the background so that the actual animal is sitting on top? So yeah, team them with so many things that you've got at home. Maybe going back to all your older collections, going back to things such as your hummingbird collections, etc., etc. Start to bring them in, use them in. So let's go in. Now I'm going to bring in our mascot tape here. So we're going to take our sheet here, so let's get a hold of this. Now usually at home, if you see my Crafter's Companion YouTube, you'll know that I tend to use sheets of the mascot sheet. We don't do the sheets, it's from Sticks too, but if you don't have the sheets, then this is exactly the same concept. We just need to get that going. It's a little bit tacky to start with, so what we need to do is let's just get a really good start.
Did you fold that over when you finish using it then?
You could do.
Yeah.
You could do, just to stop that happening. Because, you know, the more you do that, the more you're going to waste, which you don't want. So what we're going to do is let's just neaten that off there.
Yeah.
So we're going to go in here with you can get a scrap bit of cardstock if you want, Ben. It doesn't need to be anything specific, as long as it's big enough for a die that you're going to be using.
Yeah.
Now this is just from our circle nesting dies. We'll just get away with that. So let's just pop that onto there and then do exactly as you were saying there. Let's just fold it over. So it's going to make it easier the next time, like so, and there we go. we've got a really good straight away one that we can just peel back and we're not going to then tear or waste any of it. So let's just tack that down here. As you can see here, it's not sticky as in use it as an adhesive form. It's so that you can mask off your area. So we're going to go in with our dye over the top here, and then we're just going to line that one up. So I've got some watercolour card in front of me, which I've cut to 5 by 5, and then craft card I've cut to 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And I've gone in with my favourite, water reactive, and I've gone in with the midnight blue. So let's take that off now. Now, the great thing here is we've got 2 ways. So we can take this one off here and start to prise that off. So we're not going to use this one, but if you just keep slowly prising that one off, what you're going to get is an aperture circle.
Yeah.
So work that all the way around here. Actually, I tell you what, let's do both ways. So I'm not bothered about the card because that's of course just going to be waste. So let's take that. It is key that we take that excess off, otherwise it won't tack down. So if we peel that one off, and let's just get in here. Now I would recommend, of course, putting it onto a bit of card or even copier paper, something like that, so that it, if you were to just tape this down to your cutting mat, then die cut it, you're going to get lots and lots of little bits on there which you don't want. So ideally just something like a copier paper, but we're just going to take, well, as much as we can off here.
Just whilst you're doing that, lots of love coming through from the last demo. That decoupage looks like so much fun, says Blue Jay. Can't wait to try it. It's another one to add in, isn't it? It's another one to kind of try with those dyes once you get those home. I mean, we don't do a lot of decoupage. I mean, we've got the kits, don't we? But I don't think we do a lot of decoupage the way that Craig
It's great to create your own. It's really good to create your own. And really, it's not overly complicated to create your own. You can really
just knowing
simplify
where to snip, which you sort of shown us there.
That's it. So I've taken some of it off for the sake of speed. So what we can do, and this is why, I'm going to hold my hands up, Ben, this is why I prefer masket sheets, because you do get a protective backing already on it.
Yeah.
But if you don't have anything like that, you can still do the same with our masket roll. So I'm going to show you both ways. So we can tack that down here, but then on the other side, what I will do is I'll do the opposite way. So this was actually the way I was going to be doing it, and at least then it's going to show you both ways. So let's get hold of the corner, so we can then just grab hold and then just carefully start to just prise that one back. And you don't need to worry about the fibres because it's quite low tack anyway.
Yeah.
He says that, of course. You still obviously need to watch with the pressure of the Gemini, but we're just going to go in. You could always, because it's a simple dye, thinking afterwards, what you're probably best to do, Ben, is take out your magnetic shim. Take out the magnetic shim so there's less pressure. That'll probably, well, not probably, that will help when it comes to prising that off. So let's just bend that right back, and slowly we're just going to then peel that one off. I want to make sure it's still quite tacky, certainly on the edges, which I've got here. There we go. And then what we can do is we can, close to centralise that. So we want to make sure it's tacked down, but we also want to make sure it's on the edges here. So this is where you're going to have 2 options if you want to do this technique. We can either do it so the sunlight or the moonlight is going to be shining outwards, or it's going to be inwards, so that will actually be the moon. So you're going to have the 2 options there. So let's take our water reactive ink pad here. And then what I'm also going to do, let's just use this. Now, of course, I'm only showing this as a technique, so it doesn't really matter if I got it on the edges, but let's neaten them anyway, so that we can then just get a nice cleaned image. And you can use these a few times.
Yeah.
So let's prise that across, pop that one there, pop that one there. So that means we're not going to get any ink from the top and the bottom. So let's go in with our brush, and I'm going to ink this one up. So I'm going to take some of that. I always like to just go off onto my glass mat to start with.
Okay.
And then it gives us a really, really nice blend. So let's go in with the Midnight Blue, water reactive.
Blue.
I think it's a really, really nice, strong one.
We've still got those brushes in stock, or did they just... Oh, we have got them. Ooh.
So we're just working our way around. So let's go around, making sure that all those edges are nicely prized down. And then we're just going to go in, working it off. Now, of course, for the sake of the show and the time, I would just clean this off afterwards. However, what you can do is you can do your background, spritz it with water, go in with a paintbrush, start to then mix that with water, and then do the splattered effects. You can do that. So there is us now. We've inked the inside of the masket sheet. You can absolutely, if you don't have that, you don't have masket sheet, things like your post-it notes, you can do that. You just need to make sure, because it's obviously not tacky all the way round. Your repositionable spray, you can use that one, of course, if you want. So that's that side, which we'll do the reveal just shortly. On this side, where we've got the actual circle, let's just prise that one off. And essentially, what we're doing exactly the same, but instead of focusing within the middle, what we're going to do is we're going to go round that outer edge.
Can you just recap for Rosalind what the adhesive roll is that you use there?
It's our masket roll.
Yeah.
Spectrum Noir masket roll that we've got, that we are using for this one. But as I say, personal preference masking sheets, or your what did I say? Post-it notes.
Post-it notes you can use,
or copier paper and repositionable spray. If you're using a repositionable spray, use the lightest paper you can, like a copier paper, printer paper. And then have fun at this point. You can go in, if you want it to be actually like Moonlight, you could go in with your honey pot if you want to instead. You can do that, you've got options. What you can also do, and because I've done it flip side, I'm not going to do what I was originally going to do, and that was take one of our metallic pens and just tap. Because if I do that now, flip it over, I'm going to smear it. But you can do that, of course. So that's the two options. So let's show you, if you then start, peel that back. Ooh. So that's you got Moonlight, Sunlight within the centre. Yeah. And then your additional option is, if you prise that back, what you've then got is you've got that option. Yeah. So you can then come along, let's take Mr. Wolf. Oh. Do you remember that game at school? What's the time, Mr. Wolf?
It used to scare me, that game.
Yeah. What's the time? Oh, we could play that in breaks, can't we?
That scares me.
Wall to wall.
Don't really like it.
You don't like it? What was it you don't like? Just the dinner time, they come running for you.
The time, because you never knew, did you, when they turned around, what's the time? And stuff. Oh, it's such and such. It was when it was like, what was the line? It's dinner time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that used to
dinner
scare.
time.
I didn't like that. It's dinner time! Ah! I didn't like it at all.
No?
No.
I bet you were always being chased by the girls.
I think they were probably running away from me, I don't know. No, I just found it a bit scary.
Oh, you poor thing.
What's the time, Mr. Wall? I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
It's like, I used to find Buckaroo very traumatic game to play as well.
Oh, yeah. That still gives me heart palpitations. Yeah. That's like, you know the scene on Elf when he's playing with the Jack-in-the-Box? Yeah.
That
Buckaroo.
And Operation. I'd never like to play Operation.
Yeah. I've had too many of them in real life. I just stay away from the game.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit. I was about to tape it down, then I forgot I've done both sides. But if we were to go in like that there,
nice.
And then maybe you want to do a little bit of a splatter. Maybe you obviously want to come along, stamp a sentiment, while your mask gets still in place, maybe go over with stencil design, the clouds if you want to, maybe do a little bit of watercolouring techniques that Sheena shows you. You can start to do that. But then what you've also got is you've also then got the option whereas he's actually howling over
I actually like that even
the
better.
moon. Quite smart, is it? So let's do that then. Let's go that way here. Turn that around. So now that I've done that, what we can do, absolutely, Nicola, let's do that. So let's tape that down. And then what I will do is let's pop that back, just roughly, now that we've decided. So what I would do, obviously, before I remove that, come along with the pen.
And splatter.
Give this a really good shape. This is the 3mm one, so hopefully there's enough ink to still do this. Might need my scissors. There we go.
Okay.
So give that. You will need something harder, like the back of scissors, although usually paintbrushes and that I do just with my finger. You do need to give it a little bit more welly with your oil base. So going a little bit harder there. And then let's move it. This is actually the champagne one. So you'll start to see the speckles.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. You can see the speckles there.
Nice.
And then if we come along, peel that one off. Obviously it's still wet just now, so I'm just being careful. And then we've got the nice clean moon. We've got the midnight blue. We've got the speckles from the champagne. And then let's just add, we're going to use the dots here. Home, I would use the tacky glue, but that's just preference. And then we can go in there. Of course, stamp your sentiment, do your little embellishment designs before we tape it. You could stick him onto another bit of card, fussy cut round, so you're blocking it out, so you're not seeing, obviously, the moon round there. But that's just to give you that idea.
Brilliant,
so
that.
from the framed eyes, you can do your decoupage. And then from your outlined eyes, you can do all of your scene with the moon, or of course it could be the sunset if you wanted it to be, and then of course you can use any colour that you want. So there's two kind of bases for you to start with, and then you can add your own creativity.
Excellent, friend. There we go. The outline, stamp and die, complete collection, complete with all of the characters, from the tiger to the deer to the fox to the birdie to the wolf and the owl. £28, $36 for all of that. Just very quickly before we go, we had to abort mission earlier on, but now I can show you the deal that we have got on the illustrators. 72 of our illustrators, £144 or $172. Look at the saving you are making here. It is a 25% saving on our top of the range dual tip markers, cheaper than getting the individuals by a long shot here. Illustrator markers, you've got that beautiful fine nib here along with your flexible brush nib on there as well. Perfect for doing those expressive strokes, for doing things like fur or hair, skin tone. New packaging on these as well, so the new package, new configured, and it's so much easier. Saying to Nicola in the break later on, it's so much easier to know which pack to go for now. So your essential sketching colours in here. If you need kind of like your portrait colours, your figure and portrait is the one that you're going to be going for, as you can see all of your different. If you're looking to do your seascapes, then coastal seascapes. Natural landscapes is all of your greens and your browns. Then you've also got your essential illustration, so that is all of your kind of sort of primary colours in there. And then your urban cityscape, which is more of your sort of greys and browns. I think it makes it easier to understand, you know, which pens you're going to be reaching for. But you've got all of those 72 for £144 if you are a platinum member, or $172. I mean, that is bonkers, isn't it? If you're a platinum member, it's £2 per pen, which is really great value for money. Those are now on the website if you want to jump in and put those into your basket. We're done. Massive thank you to Craig. We are back in an hour's time for a one show split into two shows. It is Craft Along, but before that, a 60-minute deal show that you will not want to miss. The deals we have lined up for you will go live in about 55 minutes time. So get on the web 5 minutes before the show starts. You'll have 60 minutes to shop with us and then they will disappear. You will want to be here. It's going to be another stellar hour followed by a Craft Along, which we're looking forward to. So until then, from all of us, thanks for watching. Keep shopping. And for now,
toodles.